everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a kind of like a get ready with me. I have to go to work tonight, so I want to show what I would normally do on a day-to-day basis for a quick and easy look. So I'm going to go through all of my favorite products that I've been using for, over a year now, for sure. I have a mirror set up here, so I'm going to be looking into this mirror. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. Also, I don't have a really fancy zoom camera, so you can't really see up close yet. I'm hoping to eventually upgrade to a better camera. I like to get some lighting, some box lighting, so I can film at night too. But for right now, I'm using what I have, and I hope that doesn't bother anybody. Natural lighting, and I have my photography camera that also shoots film. And yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. So if you want to learn how I do my everyday makeup, then just keep on watching. Okay, so first we're gonna start with Murad's Oil Control Mattifier. I have normal to oily skin. My T-zone tends to get oily throughout the day, so I like to really mattify my makeup. I don't like oily skin. I don't like dewy skin. I know a lot of girls, if they have dry skin or they just like that look, they'll go for products that make their skin more dewy, and that's totally fine. That just doesn't work for me. So we're gonna put that all over our face. And you can find Murad online on their website, or I usually just go pick it up at Ulta. Ulta sells it, Sephora sells that line. We're gonna let all of that soak in. Make sure it's nice and tacky and dry. I use this as a primer. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so now that's all dry. I'm not going for a full face today. Full coverage, rather. But if I was going out to dinner or something like a special occasion, then I would use the Urban Decay Naked Skin. This gives me a little more coverage. It's still very lightweight. I recommend this to everybody that asks, like, what kind of foundation do you use? I tell them, everybody, I tell them that I use Naked Skin by Urban Decay. This has been my go-to foundation for a couple of years now. Urban Decay came out with a new one. I think it's called All Nighter, something like that, which I'd love to try. But today we're going for a very sheer makeup look. So today we're gonna use the Maybelline Dream BB cream. This is in the shade Medium Sheer. It says it's 8-in-1 Beauty Balm Skin Clearing Perfector. It's salicylic acid. It's an acne treatment. It has 2% of that. It clears acne, conceals imperfections, minimizes the look of pores, reduces appearance of redness, adjusts to skin tone, hydrates and smooths, and mattifies and clarifies. So I love this. As long as you set your BB cream with a powder, it should last you all day. I just take, this is the Real Techniques beauty sponge. I don't know, I think it's Real Techniques, what's it called? Perfecting Sponge, Beauty Sponge. It's by Real Techniques. You can find these sponges at Walmart actually. And I like to get it damp, that's how I like to use it. Put a little bit of the BB cream right on there. I'm just gonna dab it. This is kind of self-explanatory. It looks a little light right now, but it does adjust to your skin tone. It's pretty neat how it does that. And again, this isn't full coverage, so if you're someone who likes a full coverage every day, then I wouldn't recommend this product to you. Your skin still looks like skin when you use it, but better skin, if that makes sense. Okay, so once your BB cream kind of sets for just a second, we're going to take the Naked Skin by Urban Decay Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Light Neutral. And I'm just going to use this just for a little bit more coverage. A little around my nose, because that tends to get red there sometimes. A little under my eyes, just a little bit, because I'm looking a little dark underneath there. There's a blemish down here, right there, on my cheek. That's that. Then we're gonna go back in with our beauty sponge, and we're just going to pack that in. I probably could have cleaned my sponge, but I didn't. I've been starting to bake a little bit. I thought it was such a strange thing until I tried it for myself, and it does work. So don't knock something until you try it. This powder is by It Cosmetics. It's just their translucent powder. It's the Bye Bye Pores translucent powder. I put some in my lid here, and I'm gonna go in again with our little beauty sponge, and it's still damp. I'm gonna pick up that powder, and I'm gonna go in the areas where I know I get oily or I get creasing. So that's around my nose, and I'm gonna let the powder sit, because what you're doing when you're baking is the powder is absorbing all of the liquid and the oils in the makeup. I only let it sit for just a few, like just maybe a minute. Not very long. So I don't want it to be drying. And I've noticed that I don't get as oily as quickly when I do this step. So call it crazy, but it does work if you do have oily skin. So we're just gonna dust it off. I like that step. And then for all over, to set my foundation, the BB cream rather, this is the Urban Decay De-Slick Mattifying Powder. It's translucent. It looks like this. I dripped some foundation on it so you can see a little brown spot. And then we're just gonna set the rest of our face with that. So once the powder is on and you're all set, we are gonna go in with some bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer. I use it to warm up the skin, I use it to contour, I use it all the time. Like, I love it. It's the perfect shade for me. It's called Hoola by Benefit. I've talked about these products before, and I even did a similar video to this on my Facebook, but it was like an hour long and no one has time for that. And this way, this video is going to get edited and things are gonna get cut out and sped up. So maybe more people will be up to learning from this because it's quicker. You can find all these products at Ulta, by the way. Some things at Walmart, most things at Ulta. And Ulta also sells drugstore brands, so keep that in mind. All right, so we're gonna go in with the Hoola bronzer, and it comes with this really cute brush. So in with the bronzer, and we're going to carve out our cheeks a little bit. We're not gonna do a full-on contour, so we're gonna start up the tip of the ear, and we're gonna draw it in a diagonal line from the tip of the ear. And I just start to dust and pack that right there. And it's almost right above where you see, I used to put it like where I would see a crease. When I raised that line just a little bit from the actual shadow, I noticed that it even like brought my cheeks out even more, if that made sense. So I kind of adjusted where I put the bronzer. You may be different. I don't know if that'll work for you, but that's what I've been doing. And it looks so much better. So yeah, I'm just packing the product right in that. We're gonna blend it all at the end. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Like I said, this is super quick. I put some along my forehead just to bring some warmth up there. I do have a larger forehead, so I like to just pack that up there too to give the illusion of a smaller forehead. I put a little along my jawline. I just kind of go with my big kabuki brush, is what I think that's what it's called. And I just blend those lines. We're now gonna go in with some blush. This blush is by Tarte Cosmetics. This is in the shade Fearless, and it's their Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush. And I will say this color lasts, or these shades rather, it's not just this color, they do last for 12 hours. I still have pink on my cheeks at the end of the day, so that's what I'm gonna use today. I'm gonna dust on the tops of the cheeks, right above where we put our bronzer, and it's gonna blend into the bronzer a little bit. And then what's a day without highlight? I have to have a little bit of highlight on the cheeks. This highlight is by Becca Cosmetics. And it is in the shade Opal, and it's called the Shimmering Skin Perfector. So I'm gonna take my same brush I use for my blush. I'm gonna pack some highlight on there, and I'm gonna go right on the top of the cheeks. I might go a little bit on the nose, so I just dip my finger into it. Go right on the tip. Next is brows. My brow routine has changed a little bit lately. I was using the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, and I really like it. I ran out of it. I didn't have time to go to Ulta, so I just ran over to Walmart. I typically, how I like to do my brows is I sculpt them first with powder, and then I go in with the pencil after and kind of just go in with any sparse areas. I like to draw the tail out a little bit longer with the pencil. But lately when I went and picked up powder, this is the Maybelline Brow Drama Pro palette. It comes with like a wax, then that's the powder, and then this is like, I'm guessing, a highlight for underneath the brow. It comes with a little brush. A little angled brush. I've been liking just the powder look, and then I set it with a clear gel setter. I'm gonna go in with the little brush that it comes with. I'm using just the powder in the middle, if you can see that. So what I like to do first, I like to go underneath and kind of draw and map out from underneath first. So once I go underneath and get that all straight, so you can kind of see how it's starting to come together. That's when I start in the front, and I turn it flat like this, right up against my brow, and I start to push the product out like this. That way I'm getting a straighter line in the front. I was not blessed with really thick eyebrows, so I gotta do what works for me. And then I'm gonna just brush everything out with a spoolie as I go. And now I'm going on top. We're gonna move on to the next one. And we're gonna do the exact same thing. So remember my first video when I said the first 5 are gonna be clunky? This is what I meant. This is what I meant. Okay, so once you get them kind of sort of how you want them, I'm gonna brush them out one more time, just with a regular spoolie. And then we're gonna go in with the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. This is to set them. I like to push the hairs up in the front and then lay them down as I go out. Same on the other side. All right, so once your base is on, you got your eyebrows on, now we're gonna move on to a really quick and simple eye, because you know we gotta go to work. So I'm gonna go in with Urban Decay's Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I've used this for a bajillion years. I love this eyeshadow primer. So all a primer does for the eye, just make sure that your eyeshadow stays on all day, it doesn't crease, it doesn't fade. The pigments of your eyeshadows, they tend to look more vibrant if you use a primer. Lots of good benefits. So I'm gonna go with that, dab a little bit on both eyes. To highlight under the brow, I'm using Urban Decay's Virgin. I'm just gonna dip my finger into it. It's just like a really pretty light pink nude color. And I'm just gonna put that right underneath the brow. So first I'm gonna put down a really quick transition shade. This is called Nudie. It's in that Natural Eyes palette. Before I go in with my bronzer, I'm gonna put a little bit of that Nudie down as a transition shade. The brush I'm using, number 200, it came in like a little brush set. It's by Real Techniques, and that brand is from Walmart or Ulta. Very inexpensive, and they're great products, great brushes. So I'm gonna lay this product down where I'm gonna put the bronzer. I'm just packing it in the crease and dragging it up onto the brow bone and windshield wiper motions. So we're gonna dip into the bronzer, that Hoola bronzer we used earlier. I just flicked my nose. And we're gonna pack it right on top. We're going to go in with a smaller brush, once I find one. This is a good packing brush. It's flat, so it's good for just packing on eyeshadow instead of blending. This is just a cheapo one I got from Walmart. We're gonna go into Silk Teddy. This is really pretty champagne pink shimmery color. And we're gonna pack that on the inner part of the eye. We're gonna move on to eyelashes. I'm gonna curl my lashes first. Just curl them lashes, girl. Curl them lashes. This is the Urban Decay Lash Primer. So I'm gonna pack that on the top lashes. So once it dries a little bit, we're gonna go in with black mascara. This is by Tarte. It's Lights Camera Lashes. It looks like this. And we're gonna pack that right over the eyelash primer. So that is the completed look. I would then just throw on a chapstick. This is by Arbonne. Throw that on. And that is it. I'm off to work. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe and comment down below a look that you want to see. If there's something that you are really wanting to learn, let me know, because I would be happy to show you that. We're gonna get into more in depth with the makeup looks, more dramatic looks, but for now I wanted to get this one out of the way and show you my everyday makeup that's quick and simple, that you guys can do this look at home. I hope you have a really great week and stay tuned for my next video. Bye guys.